Before we move forward, let's get the foundation right. If you want professional quality audio, clear, clean, and polished sound, you must get the fundamentals right first. There is no shortcut around this. If you have been following my channel for a while, you already know this. I always talk about a 5-step process. All my courses, services, and training are built around this same process. And the most important thing is, this process works no matter which software you use: Audacity, Adobe Audition, Reaper, TwistedWave, Hindenburg, Pro Tools, Logic Pro, any audio editing software you can think of. The process stays the same. That is why I strongly recommend that you understand this 5-step process well before moving ahead. If you do not already have a clear guide for this, I will put the links in the description. You will find the 5-step guide for Adobe Audition, the 5-step guide for Audacity, and detailed videos explaining each step. These cover the core fundamentals you need. Now let's talk about something important inside this process. You will notice that normalize appears twice, once at the beginning and once at the end, and this is intentional. For normalization, we generally use a very specific setting that is normalized to -3 decibels. You can see in Adobe Audition it has a shortcut to -3 decibels in the favorites menu. Normalized to -3 decibels is an audiobook standard, but for voiceover, if we use that, we also get a good result. If you're using Audacity or other software, you already know how to normalize to -3 decibels. Next comes noise reduction. This is where many people get confused. The built-in noise reduction tools in Audacity or Adobe Audition can only reduce light, constant noise, like hissing or low background hum. Irrespective of what you use for noise reduction, you should set your expectations right. Always remember that you can only use or remove some part of the hissing noise or white background noise. You cannot remove the irregular background noise, and neither should you try to solve that through software. If you have irregular background noise, that must be taken care of during recording or before recording, not during post-processing. But we always get some kind of hissing noise. And what is the best solution for the hissing noise? As I said, the default effects available in Audacity, Adobe Audition, or whatever software you use, the capacity to remove noise is limited. Sometimes it gives you the desired result, but for the best quality noise reduction, even if it is a hissing noise, you should use a third-party plugin. There are many plugins available, such as Waves, Isotope RX, and Supertone Clear. There are many options available, so you can use one that works for your recording. As we progress through this course, we will explore more about which third-party plugin to use for noise reduction. Now let's talk about EQ and compression. For some people, these feel like magical effects, but EQ only works well when two things are right. You are using a decent microphone, and your recording space is reasonably treated. If your room has a lot of echo or reflections, or your microphone does not capture all the frequencies properly, EQ will not help much. Low-budget USB microphones might seem good and offer decent audio. However, they often miss some frequencies needed for better processing. Good recording always comes before good processing. Compression is a bit more complex. The settings change depending on the type of voice, the style of audio, and the final use. But there are two key concepts you must understand: threshold and ratio. If these terms are new to you, please pause here and watch the videos linked in the description before continuing. That will make the next lessons much easier. If you are watching this on YouTube, this lesson comes from my professional audio blueprint course. This course is not for absolute beginners. If you do not yet know how to record your voice properly, this course may not be the best starting point. But if you are already recording and want to take your audio to a professional level, this course will help you a lot. I will leave the course link in the description. And if you are just getting started, check the cards on screen, one for Audacity beginners and one for Adobe Audition beginners, depending on which software you are using. Thanks for watching.